Me and Buju, Ernest Joseph Upperguard Peltier, Indigenous, Turtle Mountain, Bemidji, Minnesota, donated. Hi, hello, I'm Ernest Joseph Upperguard Peltier III. I live in Bemidji, Minnesota. I'm also from the Turtle Mountains, as you said. I've been on the front line of the Stop Line 3 movement for a year and a half now. It's moving on. That's my sister and I. And, like I said, you guys are too stiff. Let me hear something. Black Snake Killers!
Black Snake Killers!
Black Snake Killers!
Black Snake Killers!
Oh, it reminds me of being back on the front lines. I just had to do it. Miigwech. Chief Miigwech for coming out tonight. I wanted to come on stage because I am a Peltier. I grew up as a Peltier. I grew up in a small little town about 2 hours to the north here, Grafton, North Dakota. Anyone know it? And, I grew up in Leonard's legacy on his shoulders, looking at the work that he's done in a small podunk little town called Grafton, with his last name, Peltier. The animosity that my sister and I received, because everyone in a small town knows everybody. And those cops, they remembered what happened in the 50s, in the 60s. They long-term grudges. And we see that today. Those engagements that we had in the 50s and the 60s, the mid-1900s, they weren't just civil rights instances, they were treaty wars, battles over the treaties. And it started out as peaceful, nonviolent actions, sit-ins. We took back Alcatraz, that is under Indigenous control. But we got faced with guns and violence. We had family members return to us without teeth, without their hands. Those men, Leonard Peltier, the two others that were on the farm that night, that was self-defense, protecting their lives from FBI agents that hunted them down, that had the state's backing. The FBI had state-sanctioned murders approved of us Indigenous people to quash, and to silence Indigenous organizing. They were scared of us. We were asserting legal rights that are firmly and living and concrete proof that we are here. Those are our treaty rights, and those are protected in the Constitution. Treaties are the supreme laws of the land, and they couldn't have us stand up. They arrested him. They hunted him down. He ran to Canada, extradited back. 46 years later, here we are. Longest Indigenous prisoner of war. Community leader, political prisoner, to tell us that we can't organize. And Standing Rock reminded us that we are still here, reminded us of our elders. Clyde Balcourt, we lost this year. Those folks that fought for us. We're losing. We're losing this war on COVID. We're losing our elders. I was on TikTok. Of course, I was on TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok. But I was on TikTok last week, and the Sioux member, this young man, he couldn't understand why everyone knew of the Dakota 38. Why? Why is that something big in this nation? It's a small tribe, he said. Why is everyone acknowledging us? And I had to remind him. It was the North Dakota tribes. It was the Minnesota tribes. It was the South Dakota tribes that united together and organized and were one of the main leaders within the American Indian movement. We were out there, we were engaged. So when Standing Rock happened, it just reignited those old spark. It reignited that old fire that, Gitchi Monadu, he put out for us. And it got the water stirring. It got our women, who are our leaders in our communities, it got them thinking, united. And we fought Standing Rock. And we fought Line 3. We're fighting Line 5. But we can't forget about those folks that put their lives on the line, put their careers on the line, who are still sitting in court cases currently, hoping that their trials will be dropped. We need to drop the charges on all of our water protectors. I'm an organizer, I'm a community leader out of Bemidji area right now, and we got sent out to Washington for the People versus Fossil Fuels rally last October. We had to cognitively think, is this gonna get us arrested and put into long-term incarceration? My sister here, I don't know if she wants me to throw this out, she had federal charges looked at her. FBI charges for a sit-in at the DOI. We called each other. We were afraid. Our hearts dropped when we found out that they were looking at us. And you know what? Leonard gave us strength. There's nothing that they can do to us that they haven't done to us already. And I loved it when we showed up to Washington. On one of their statues, one of their monuments, some white colonized bullshit that's on someone's park front lawn bullshit. Excuse my language. Andrew Jackson, they had expect us. Expect us. Because we're still here. Expect us. So I'm going to end with one more chant, and I want to hear it again, just as loud as everyone can be. Black Snake Killers!
Black Snake Killers!
Chimigwich, thank you all for coming out.